You're watching Fugitive Redeye, and welcome to another episode of Redeye Raw. Today I'll be talking about video streaming, home media, cable TV, and just kind of the idea of, watching movies at home and TV and stuff like that in general. Obviously, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I am all about physical media, all about Blu-rays or DVDs, even VHSs, VCDs, Laserdiscs, whatever. Point is, my go-to thing right now is Blu-rays, and just because they're harder to scratch, have more storage capacity, and are capable of higher definition. I don't really see the point in going up to 4K, because 4K is kind of whatever. It's like the human eye can only see so much. It's like, the thing is, the colors are a little brighter in 4K. That's the only difference I can really tell. Like, granted, movies look great in 4K, but I don't care. I've never been one to care super much about video quality. There are certain cases where I do think it is important, and then there's things like aspect ratio and things like that, but that's a whole other topic. If you remember, a while back I did that response to James Rolfe, and his whole thing about streaming and Blu-ray and DVD, whatever. It was not James's best video, in my opinion. I think that he made a lot of shitty points, most of which were because he was watching movies on a PS3. But for the most part, that I've already made my point about that. But I want to kind of elaborate on streaming and what I don't like about it. And I'll also touch on cable TV here in a minute. But one thing I fucking despise about streaming services is that every goddamn company has to have their own now. And the fact that they're constantly exchanging the rights to different series and such. So, for instance, South Park, a series that I watch a lot. It's going to be exclusively streaming to HBO Max. And the thing is, HBO Max is a new service. Now, HBO already has two other goddamn streaming services, HBO Go and HBO Now. HBO Now is the one that I'm most familiar with, because a friend of mine had an account of it, and that's how I watched through Game of Thrones the first time. But HBO Go is just kind of when you have a cable subscription, you just enter your information for that and you get it for free. I think it's fucking retarded that they have to have three goddamn streaming services. Like, they're probably going to be phasing the other two out, I would imagine. Or at the very least, phasing out one of them or the other. But there's just too much of that shit already. Plus, NBC is starting their own. So no, you gotta buy that if you want to watch The Office. Well, no, I fucking don't. And here's the fuck why. I will never agree that streaming is better, ever. I don't care how fucking convenient it gets. Because the second they want to just take a program off, they will. The second your internet goes out, it's gone. You can't use it. The fact that you have to pay monthly or yearly or whatever to keep watching the same programs is retarded. If I buy a series, I buy a series. End of story. I do not want to pay multiple times to watch the same fucking thing. Do I have subscriptions to streaming services? Yes, I have access to a few different streaming services. I'm not the one who foots the bill on those. Some other people in the house do. Thank God. But, I have access to some others, Netflix, Crunchyroll, Hulu, Disney+. And Disney Plus I only have because it comes with my phone plan. I didn't pay extra for that one, that's just part of the phone plan. And since I have access to them, I use them, absolutely. But it's only for convenience. For instance, Disney Plus has The Simpsons on it. I have all the Simpsons seasons that have been released on DVD. And frankly, those are all the ones that I care to own anyway. 1 through 20. Sometimes, if I don't want to go grab my DVD, I can throw on Disney Plus, but I'm not paying extra for it, because again, it's just included with my phone plan. I'm not going to pay extra to see something I already have, but since I've got access, why the fuck not? On the other hand, if it's not working, I can just pop in my copy of the DVD, no problem, I can watch it right away. Kind of annoys me that I'm not going to be able to watch South Park on Hulu anymore, but maybe I have a solution to that if Comedy Central will do the same thing that a lot of other things do, where they let you watch it if you sign into your cable subscription. So yeah, we have DirecTV in the house. If you don't know, DirecTV is kind of like bargain bin shitty satellite cable. And that's what we have. But I don't use it really. Here's the thing. I have unplugged my DirecTV box for a while because I had to plug in my PS4. And one of the surge protector things went out on my other surge protectors, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to sacrifice the DirecTV. I don't fucking use it. I don't got DVR in this room like I did when we had Dish. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, they're both pretty shitty, although I do personally think Dish worked a little bit better when we had it, but that might have just been the package we had. I'll tell you one thing I do use our DirecTV for, though. When I was watching Better Call Saul's latest season, AMC will let you sign in to their website using your cable subscription information, and then you can watch the episodes for free as they're coming out because you've got the cable subscription, so it's included. That's all I use it for, is I use it to use the different channels' websites. And that's useful for that purpose, but I never watch it on my actual TV anymore. Although I can, with my Xbox One, go on Microsoft Edge, go to AMC.com, sign in with my my DirecTV information, and watch stuff that way, although I've already done that. Here's the thing, AMC has their own app, too, and it doesn't include all the shit you can get through the AMC thing when you're using your cable subscription, so it's like, well then why fucking download the app if I can't do all the shit that I already do? Because you sign in with the cable subscription on the app, too, but the app features less than the desktop website version. It's fucking stupid. So I use the Edge browser on the Xbox to use the desktop version if I want to watch it on the TV. And it works just fine when I do that, although sometimes it gets a little laggy during commercial breaks. But I will never agree with, switching completely to streaming, just because everywhere has to have their own goddamn service now. And because of that, you're going to have like 26 different streaming services to watch any fucking thing anymore these days. So I'd rather just own it on DVD, pop it in, not have to fucking worry about it. Or Blu-ray, because again, Blu-ray is my go-to preference, just because it's harder to scratch and you can fit more on a disc. And it takes up less space because they got smaller cases, less discs, etc., etc. Not to mention, more has been released on home media than is on a lot of these streaming services. They don't have everything. And not to mention, there's different regional differences with these streaming services. And region locks on, like, DVDs are no problem to me because I've region unlocked my player. So, whatever. If it's a region locked DVD, that's fine to me. I still think it was dumb, but at the very least, it's something I'm able to get around with my player being region unlocked. But with streaming services, you got to use a VPN to do it, which, granted, I could theoretically do, although I don't currently have a VPN. I have in the past. No, Mexican Netflix has a ton of shit we don't have here. Like, a lot. I can't think of any specific examples, but they have a fuck ton of movies on there. And I think the UK version of Netflix also has a lot of British programming that I would have to buy fucking BritBox if I wanted to watch here. And I'm not going to do that because, again, it's another service I don't want to fucking have to buy. I don't want to buy 30 different services to watch, like, 5 different shows. Of course, I'm being hyperbolic, but you know what I mean. So I recorded a top 20 South Park episodes video. I'm going to be uploading that probably later tonight, if not tomorrow. I haven't edited it yet, but I've recorded all the audio, so that'll be up when it's up. Going to be doing a top 10 worst South Park episodes, too. So I've got those both in the works. I've also got another badass showdown I'm planning to do. I'm not going to say who, but I'll give some hints. Both characters are from fighting anime series. Both of those series are in my top 10 anime list. However, neither of these characters were in my top 10 anime characters list. They're both side characters, or not side, they're both supporting characters. They're specifically, like, buddies to the protagonists. Got plenty of shit on the way in the mail from eBay and Amazon and all sorts of shit, so plenty of stuff waiting to come for collection updates. I've already recorded part of a collection update. More of it to come when I get more shit. Got some stuff planned for a snack review, like this. This shit's probably going to be fun. I'm waiting for the weekend because I don't want to go to work after eating this shit. But, yeah. Lots of stuff planned. I've already recorded a good chunk of that snack review, too, with other stuff. So, yeah. That's all I really have to say. Streaming kind of sucks. Like, granted, is it convenient? Sure. Are there digital purchases I've made in the past, too? Yeah, absolutely. I've bought several episodes of South Park and Family Guy and Megas and all sorts of other stuff on Xbox Video. And, I bought a few movies on iTunes back in the day on my old iPod. But, for the most part, I don't like streaming. and I don't like digital purchases. The only reasons I ever do those is for convenience. Like, for instance, when I bought the first Elvira movie, I bought it on Xbox Video because I'm like, I just want to watch this now, so I did. So I'm by no means saying that they're a bad thing and we need to get rid of them. I'm just saying if we become too dependent on them, we're going to start having to pay monthly to watch anything. And it's going to get really annoying because people are going to stop releasing shit on home media at some point if streaming takes over completely. And it's ironic because when I was younger, I used to be obsessed with, like, modded Xboxes having your games saved on it so you didn't need the discs anymore, right? But the thing is, with those, it's, it's games that you've bought and then you put on it, and then you can just chuck the disc. But, I mean, granted, I keep the discs anyway, but you know what I mean. That was for convenience. But ironically, now that it's like, oh, I can kind of do that with all these digital downloads and stuff, I don't want to. Mostly because I don't want to have to fucking be online, because 9 times out of 10, it's something you have to be connected to the internet for. And like I said, I personally typically refuse to buy games that are online only. There is a few exceptions I have had. For instance, JoJo Eyes of Heaven is always telling me I need to be on PSN for it to work. Granted, it always works, so I assume I'm always signed in. And Doom Eternal, I am worried if I'm not online wouldn't work, and I hope to God that's not true, but I don't want to test that theory anytime soon, because it's such a fucking good game. But yeah, I've rambled on and on, so that's it for today. Toodles.